Yes. Saturday night. Hope y'all are doing well. Yes. 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 Guess who's back with another episode of the Holding Your Own Sports Podcast? It's your host, E. Got a lot to get into tonight. Not going to be on too long. But crazy week in sports, and it wouldn't be sports if it wasn't a crazy week. Go a little bit over of the Antonio Brown saga versus the Tampa Bay Bucs. Who was right and who was wrong in that situation? Gonna also cover Malik Monk, former point guard of our Charlotte Hornets. Did the Hornets make a mistake by not re-signing him? Nah, it's not what you think. If you only paying attention to what the Lakers going on, a lot of national coverage doesn't come to Charlotte, but they did the right thing by not re-signing Malik Monk. I will cover that. Also, UNC football makes a change out, and that was going to happen out as defensive coordinator. Jay Bateman comes back in to replace him. A familiar face, has been in North Carolina before. Chizik. What do I think about that hire and why Jay Bateman had to let go? Had to be getting up out of there. I've been talking about it before. But if this is your first time here, hit the like, leave a comment, subscribe, like me, dislike me, talk your mess. Hey, I just want some interaction. If you're feeling what you're hearing, please do that. I will truly appreciate it. Now, gonna start out with this AB saga. As everybody knows, I left it in a short on my YouTube last week. Right during the game, Antonio Brown takes off his pads, takes off his jersey, runs off the field, throws his gloves into the crowd, jumps all around, heads on to the locker room. And just like myself and everybody else, what on earth is going on? You know what I'm saying? It didn't really make any sense about what was going on. So, as things let out, said AB didn't want to go into the game. It was the story. Oh, he just threw a temper tantrum and he didn't want to listen what had to be said. And it was like, typical Antonio Brown. But as Antonio Brown does, he goes to Instagram and lets things what's going on the Bucs side. Apparently he had a real bad ankle injury, and really, according to him, he wasn't really supposed to be playing in that game. He said he was dealing with a lot of pain. He actually revealed text messages he had with Bruce Arians talking about this. So how do I feel about this whole thing? Everybody has their own feelings about Antonio Brown and what's going on. And, when it comes to these situations, it's got to be, well, who's right, who's wrong? That's when you know who's in the right, who's in the wrong. My situation, I leave it like this. They were both wrong. They were both in the wrong. No party was right in this. I will say, as far as Tampa Bay is concerned, you knew everything what you could be possibly getting with Antonio Brown. I don't know. I don't want to speak on that man as far as his mental health and what he does, because that's something serious, and it's really nothing to play with. But this man, he had a history of these things and doing these things. So, but Tom Brady vouched for him. He vouched for him in New England. He vouched for him to get down in Tampa Bay, and this is the end result. And like I said, I don't believe it's all Antonio Brown's fault. He said, "Hey, look, I'm hurt like this." Where in this particular moment where he hurt himself, if that was the case, if you were hurt and he said let Bruce Arians, he wouldn't go in a game, or you need to get off the field, he should have just walked off, not do all the jumping, and the thing would have been right on Twitter. Antonio Brown just went to the locker room. Is it an injury? He didn't leave with a trainer. What in the world's going on? All the jumping and waving and all that stuff like that. It didn't really help him out really good by doing that. I also will say this about Antonio Brown, and this is something I have with just in life and people. I'm very weary of people who struggle getting along with other people. Well, let me explain that. It's easy to get along with your friends or people that you like. I don't judge you off that. What does the people say that you don't really hang around? What do the people say about you where you don't have nothing to gain from them? What are their opinions? And if we look at stuff like that with Antonio Brown, other than people outside his circle, he has struggled handling relationships with other people, especially when he became more wealthy. So I look at him kind of funny like that. I look at anybody like that. It's easy to say, "Oh, I don't have no problem. I get along with this person, that person, that." Yeah, those are your friends. It's easy to get along with your friends. What about the other people that you interact with, or somebody that you don't really know or not so really that cool with? How do you get along with them? What is their opinion? And if it's just random people and they all have the same opinion about you, hey, it could be a coincidence. I don't believe in them. And then, two, football is also a sport where it's known you play hurt, especially late in the season. Everybody's dealing with injuries. I'm not trying to put away, say it won't painful and it didn't hurt, but that is the culture of football. Everybody knows that you play hurt in football. You play hurt. And like tomorrow, people playing hurt right now. People gonna be playing hurt Sunday. People gonna be playing hurt in the playoffs. That's what you do. You play hurt in football. That's the first thing I would tell anybody getting into youth football. I said, this is a sport you play hurt. It was best. The coach said it, and but it was in the movie, the program, when old boy got hit hard. He was a freshman running back, and he said, "Are you injured or are you hurt?" What you mean? Well, if you hurt, you can still play. If you're injured, you can't. You know, that's just the culture of football. My point about this whole situation, as far as the Bucs, you knew what Antonio Brown's history was. I'm a firm believer the past is the greatest indicator of the future. Someone told me that. Someone's past is the greatest indicator of what's going to happen next. You knew what his past is. I'm not one to sit up here and say some people don't deserve a second chance, a third chance, or a fourth chance. I've had my fair share. So why would I sit up here and belittle somebody else who gets a first, second, third, or fourth chance? But eventually it's going to run out. It's eventually going to run out. And people don't like it, but it's the truth. The more talent you have, the more opportunities you're going to get in anything. I don't care if it's in sports, your job, relationships, whatever. The more talent you have, the higher you're at the top of that totem pole, the more opportunities you're going to get. Somebody that's at the bottom of the totem pole, you get one shot. You mess it up, you out of here. That's just how life goes. It's not elitist. It ain't fair. Well, life ain't fair. You understand? Life is not fair. So that's the way I look at that AB situation. Do I think he will sign with another team? Probably not during the playoffs. Or maybe, I don't know. It's 50-50. When Antonio Brown was on the field, he was productive. Playoffs going on. You don't think Kansas City couldn't use Antonio Brown right now? the pair with Tyreek Hill. We just got to deal with him for 3 games. Maybe winning the playoffs. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm gonna say I think AB gets another chance because he's just that talented. He's gonna get another chance, and any deal he'll get will be heavy incentive laden. Like it won't be no longer than a year. Like, don't be shocked. Like I said, I will not be shocked if he signed before the playoffs start. Kansas City could use another wide receiver. Hell, even the Rams might get him. They can they sign everybody. The Rams sign everybody. I don't think they're working with a salary cap. So that's what I gotta say about the AB situation. Like I say, I don't like kicking a man when he's down. I hope he falls on his feet. I'm not the type of person like he's had his share of struggles. They're public. Everybody knows it. I'm not the type of person that just likes to pile on somebody when everybody else is piling on them. I don't really like doing that because enough of that's already been said, and his struggles have been very, 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 very public. So I hope he lands on his feet. I'm pretty sure Tampa Bay still got Tom Brady, so they're gonna do just fine. They're not going to be missing or hurting for nothing. Hey, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, call me a dummy. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But moving on. Charlotte Hornets talk, LA Lakers talk. They're not playing each other, but former Charlotte Hornets guard out of Kentucky, Malik Monk, that the Lakers signed in the offseason, he's on a tear right now. He's doing pretty good, and I'm actually happy for the brother. LeBron came out, gave him some praise, said something that I thought was not true. He goes like, yeah, we knew what Malik Monk, and I'm paraphrasing, Malik Monk would do. One of the main things I heard in LeBron's statement is he said that the Hornets weren't using him properly. That's what it was. They weren't using him properly. So we had to come over here and use him properly. Like, look, I'm so happy that Malik Monk landed on his feet, and it's good for the brother. But like this, we got to clear up some things. Like we've had so many intertwining things that are not true with the LA Lakers, like how Charlotte wanted to just trade the late great Kobe Bryant to him, and that's not true. That's not true. He never wanted to come to Charlotte, so they went ahead and done the deal. So with that kind of stuff, no. But back to the topic at hand. Charlotte did the right thing by not re-signing Malik Monk. Number one, this man was given chance at the chance to get things right. You know, he ran into some trouble, failed a marijuana test and had to be suspended. Plus, there was some rumblings during his early part of his career that the brother didn't really like to work out like that or practice like that. I remember a few years ago, I believe it was his 3rd year in the league, and they wanted him to go out to the summer league, and he was like, no, I'm not going out there. What his reasons were, I'm not sure. Team asked him to do it. He was like, nah, I ain't doing that. I'm not going back out to the summer league. So they made the right move. But and when LeBron said that, Twitter was blowing up. Some LA Laker fans were saying this stuff. Not too many, but I won't really fault them. It was the Hornets fans that were saying, "Well, we should have kept him. It doesn't make any sense why we didn't keep him, and We could really use him right now over Ish Smith. Just inconsistent, rambling. Dude, do you know what you're talking about? Do you? I don't think a lot of them do. And I got to call out my fan base for this when anybody was actually saying that. If you paid attention to the Charlotte Hornets, scoring is not their problem. If you look in every major statistical category this year, the Hornets are top 3 in basically all of them. Listen to me, Hornets fans, Hornets Nation, listen to me when I'm speaking in this thing. Listen to me. Offense is not the Hornets' problem. It's defense. And even while Malik Monk was here, he was not a good defender. So if we had him right now, he wouldn't fix any of the problems that we have currently. And like I said, I'm happy for Malik Monk and he's doing his thing. But we let him go. 28 other teams in the NBA, listen to me, 28 other teams had a chance to sign him. And he signed for the Lakers for the lowest of the low, former lottery pick. I believe it was a 1 year, $1.7 million. The dirt cheap contract you could sign. Understand? He doesn't fix anything that's wrong with the Hornets right now. And by the way, Kelly Oubre's production more than enough takes up for Malik Monk's right now. I got both of them right there. The last 6 games. Last 6 games with Malik Monk, he's averaging 20 points, 46% from beyond the arc, 56 from the field goal. Let's go to Kelly Oubre, also known as the Tsunami Poppy. I don't know where that name came from, but that's his nickname. Kelly Oubre Jr., 18 points per game, 42% from distance, 50% far as field goals. This is the last 6 games between the both of them. Kelly Oubre is doing just fine with the production that Malik Monk is having right now. And by the way, which was so funny, last game the Hornets played, they defeated the Pistons 140-111 at home. Kelly Oubre, career high 9 trays. That was so funny because everybody was praising Malik Monk all day. And Kelly Oubre says, look, he doesn't say hold my beer. He says, hold my beer, hold my shot, hold my drink. I'm about to go ahead and do this. We guys, listen to me. Offense isn't the Hornets' problem. It's defense. Okay? It's defense. Malik Monk doesn't change none of that. The organization made the right moves. They are developing people just fine. All right? Calm down. I don't want to hear any more this stuff. Another Hornets topic I'm getting kind of tired of is this one too. And it's not based off Malik Monk. But oh, by the way, Hornets Bucks tonight. Matter of fact, they're about to tip off right now. They're about to tip off right now. Hornets Bucks. Y'all be safe to anybody that's going over to the Spectrum Center. Hey, let's hope they get a victory. But another Hornets topic that I want to stop on Twitter. If I see another one of y'all, it's gonna say if they bring up this topic, it's gonna be this here. Right in the back of your head. Right in the back of your head. That right there. If I hear anyone, I got a mute button for you. If I hear anyone come up and leave anything and say anything on the timeline or up under me as to why James Borrego should be fired, guess what? Mute. Block. Because what it tells me, you don't really watch the Hornets like that. You don't watch them. Ever since, just a little bit, ever since James Borrego has been the head coach, the Hornets have upped their win total over Vegas. They went above it. That's a person that needs to be fired. Really? It's it. Listen, he's doing what he can and developing the best way possible with young players. Some people think he should be fired just because James Bouknight doesn't play. This goes back to the Malik Monk argument. James Bouknight doesn't play defense good enough. Guys, come on. He doesn't play defense good enough to start. So, or to even get real minutes. Like some people were actually arguing, saying that they need to go to a 3-point guard lineup with James Bouknight in it to get Gordon Hayward off the floor. Now I joke about Gordon Hayward a lot, saying I'm gonna put him in a trade machine, but he's very important to the Charlotte Hornets. So can we stop with the James Borrego needs to be fired nonsense and y'all fools don't know what on earth you're talking about? He's been great with player development. He's going to go over in Vegas again with his win total. So the reason let's stop the James Borrego talk. Like I said, if I hear one tweet or anything, somebody trying to tell me, James Borrego needs to be fired. Right there. Right there. Back of your head. Right there. That's the mute button. That's the mute button right there. Gone. Get off my timeline. But yeah, let's stop with the James Borrego needs to be fired stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to be on here long tomorrow. I will be recapping the Charlotte Hornets game from tonight. Then have to talk about the demise of the Panthers, of their season finally ending. Oh yeah. By the way, oh my God. And a lot of people don't like David Newton, but at the game Wednesday night, there were chants that started in the crowd that started said fire Matt Rule, fire Matt Rule, fire Matt Rule. Then in the post game, while people, Ashley and I forgot what the other brother's name is, they were doing their post game interview. The crowd was back there saying fire Matt Rule, fire Matt Rule, fire Matt Rule, and David Newton comes out and says something about that's not what they were saying. Like most people were for Matt Rule, David Newton. What on earth are you talking about, sir? And if people don't know who David Newton is, that's a Panthers ESPN beat writer, and a lot of people hate him. Like he don't get on my nerves like that, but yeah, David Newton, like, come on. But yes, I'll be covering the end tomorrow, the end of that season. People are doubling down, talking about Matt Rule is going to stay for a third season, and that I will be going over. Well, if he's staying for a third season and you really feel upset, then why are you going to buy tickets or buy merchandise or go to the game? I don't really care about the end result tomorrow. It's probably going to be an L. I haven't talked about what really goes on the field. I may go over in the off season. I also want to cover tomorrow, and I was supposed to be doing it earlier this week, but I didn't. So sue me. What destinations do I think as far as Russell Wilson will go? I want to cover at least Russell Wilson on one show Aaron Rodgers on one show and Deshaun Watson on one show. Where are they going to go? The spot, I think, right now, I'm going to give you a little tease for the next show. The spot that I think that's best for Russell Wilson is going it's going to piss off a lot of Panther fans. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to piss off a lot of Panther fans. I'll just give you a little hint. On Windows, come marching in. I'll leave that for tomorrow. But anyway, wrapping things up, a little bit of UNC football. Everybody know how the season ended. Took the L in Charlotte to the Gamecocks. Offensive line bad. Defense did what it mostly done the entire year. Allowed tons of points. Talk, and said that there's no reason to bring Jay Bateman back for another season. And a little over a week after that game, they done just that. Jay Bateman is out as defensive coordinator of the UNC football Tar Heels, North Carolina Tar Heels football team. Jay Bateman is out of here. He's done. He's done. So, yes. Good job, UNC Athletics. Good job. Like I said, this was a move that had to be done. It had to be done because here's the thing. When it comes to recruiting, UNC has been winning most of their battles on the defensive side of the football. That's where the 4 stars are coming in, the multiple 4 stars, a high 3 stars, a 5 stars, a couple of 5 stars. They're winning the recruiting battle on the defensive side of the ball. You cannot have that much talent coming over there and be that porous on that side. It doesn't make sense. It's like if you go buy a high dollar car or a high, woman buys a high end purse or anything and drops a lot of money on it, and within a month the straps broke or something like that, or you get a nice Benz and within 2 months it's smoking, you're gonna feel like you're not getting your money's worth out of it. Well, they're not getting their money's worth out of Jay Bateman. Jay Bateman, we're giving you the ingredients to have this defense cook, and it won't live up to par. So that's a move that UNC football had to make. I said, okay, that's the first move. A lot of people forget that the second move is more important than the first one, because when you got somebody in a place of job, and it's easy to get rid of somebody. It's easy to fire somebody. If somebody's not doing what they're supposed to do at their job, it's easy to get rid of them. Oh, you're not doing what you need to do at your job, so go ahead and get on out of here. That's easy. Who replaces that person is more important. And news dropped today, early afternoon, a little bit mid-afternoon, that the replacement running this Tar Heel football defense next season would be familiar face, Gene Chizik. He is back in Chapel Hill. Now, Gene has worked with Mac Brown before. Now, this is something I didn't know. He was actually a coordinator on his staff when they were in the championship against USC, one of the best football games of all time. I love that game. I may go back and watch it sometime this week. But he was there. But he's been in North Carolina before. The last time he was there, his defense ranked 96th and 63rd. Can he turn this thing around? With that, here's my opinion on Gene Chizik. It's a wait and see. Because Carolina's defense has not been good for a good while. It wasn't very good under Larry Fedora. So this isn't something that just happened. And I know going back to Jay Bateman, he was highly touted coming out of Army, and as far as defense, but who's Army's competition all through the season? I didn't really get it. Like he was highly touted, but came here didn't really work out. But my thing with Gene Chizik or anybody, my opinion, it's gonna be a wait and see. I could go over all the numbers and why he might succeed and why he might not succeed, but it's a wait and see type of thing with me as far as he goes. Um, I hope he does well. I'm a Tar Heel fan. I hope he does well, but that's a little bit of news on UNC football. So that's that. I'm about to wrap this thing on up, gentlemen and ladies. This was going to be a short show. Well, shoot, we've been on half hour. That's about how long mine lasts any daggone way. But like I said, tomorrow going over in the season sort of review as far as the Panthers. Not really going to talk about the score because they probably going to catch an L anyway. I've already teased because this offseason, the NFL offseason for quarterbacks has got me hyped because you can have Aaron Rodgers on the move. You can have Russell Wilson on the move. You can have Deshaun Watson on the move. You can have Baker Mayfield on the move. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna say this about him. I'm glad I brought Baker Mayfield up. Some people have said, and it has been rumored that we may trade for Baker Mayfield. That makes no sense. It didn't make sense when they brought in Sam Darnold. It's not going to make equally as sense when we're going to have to pay him and Sam Darnold. That makes no sense. And if that actually does happen, which I don't think it will, but if that actually does happen, file this franchise into this team. Put us on Comedy Central. Do that. Put us on Comedy Central because that's where this team belongs. Because it's just a joke show with what the owner's doing and how they're throwing stuff against the wall and hoping it sticks. Like tomorrow I recap Charlotte Hornets versus Bucks. That's actually going on right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna check the score in real time. Let's see what they're doing. I'm about to go up there right now and watch it in just a few minutes. Have they tipped off yet? Oh yeah, right now. Hornets 6, Bucks 3, 9:32 left in the first quarter. Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and check that out in a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it of another edition of the Holding Your Own Sports Podcast. If you're feeling what you're hearing, hit the like, hit the dislike. If you don't feel what you're hearing, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will be hollering at y'all tomorrow. Peace.